what's up, guys? Welcome back to channel 4. Another reaction. Today, we are going back to a band that I've been meaning to go back to for quite some time now. I know I've been lost in all these, reactions, all these bands that I've been wanting to go back to. I've just been meaning to go back to them and just went back to caught up in other stuff. We're going back to a band that I don't really typically know too much about, but a lot of you loved it. A lot of you liked the reaction I did for that one, so I do appreciate you guys for that one. Today, we are going back to the inventors of djent themselves, Meshuggah. Now, and I know it's hard to believe that as a metal fan that I've never heard these guys before. I never went out of my way to check them out, previously over the past, couple decades or so, from the amount of time they've been a band and stuff like that. Just, I don't know, they never really intrigued me. They never really felt like that was my kind of play style, my sort of genre that I wanted to get into metal, music-wise, if that makes sense. But then, after listening to that first reaction we did, I was like, okay, I see what you guys have been talking about. I see what the game is. I see, what their play style is like. I'm intrigued. I'm eager to get myself into these guys because, they are, a lot of bands that I've listened to that are similar to them. I know these guys are the original, the OGs. So I know I kind of upset some people when it came to that aspect. But, a lot of the bands that I've listened to nowadays kind of took inspiration from these guys. So after listening to Meshuggah, I kind of see the resemblance. Kind of spun off and kind of made their own sound based off Meshuggah's, play style. So I'm intrigued, man. I'm definitely intrigued. So a lot of you guys like the original one, so if you guys haven't seen that one, be sure to check that one out as well. A lot of their songs seem to be from like decades ago, or like early 1990s, sort of time frame, which is before my time, so you can kind of forgive me on that aspect. So I don't really know too much about this band. So a lot of these YouTube videos that I've been seeing on their main page at least are from, like, they say that they're newer, but a lot of you are saying that they're older than what they actually are. So I don't know how old these guys truly are. Maybe they're immortal, I don't know, but a lot of these songs that I've been seeing on the page are seem to be quite older. But if there's any other ones from this band that I might check out, be sure to let me know what the chronological order is for us, so I don't get mixed up in some of the newest stuff versus the old stuff. So that would help me out just a tiny bit, But today we are going back to probably one of the most iconic and most popular song in metal in history. This song pioneered probably 100 bands, if not thousands of metal bands out there, because this one song here is probably one of the most popular, insane songs out there, man. I don't even know these guys, and I know what this song is. So today we're looking at their most popular song, Bleed. I haven't heard the whole thing. I do know the main riff, though, that everyone tries to, replicate. It's probably one of the hardest, triplet, pattern riffs to even play in this. I still don't know even how they do it, because it's just so fast. It's so technical for going on for I don't even know how long, but these guys are definitely skilled guitarists, let me just say. But we are taking a look at my first reaction to the song Bleed. I know this is probably one of their very first songs they maybe created. I could be wrong about that, but I know it's probably one of the very first ones that came out for them as a band, I would say. But now I'm guessing it's on their first album. I don't know, but it's been around well over 2 decades at this point. So I definitely know it is an older one. It is the most popular one, like I said, but I've never heard it. So hopefully this video does well. If not, so hopefully people are still searching for this video. I don't know if it's going to get any views, because this is an old song. So I don't know if it's going to pop up on you guys' pages or not. So if not, well, just know I listened to it for the next Meshuggah song. Do an announcement over there as well. But like I said, I've never heard this song before. I do know the main riff, but we're just gonna have to see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. From what I remember from the last one, I did like it. It was very hard hitting. It was very punchy. It was very slow, kind of, from what I remember. But I do like the vocal style that the singer does. It's very mysterious. It's very ominous. It's very, like, spooky, growly kind of, stuff in a way. I do know you guys mentioned that song was, waiting for 20 years to see its limelight. So they did record that, 20 years ago. So maybe they recorded that song at the same time they recorded this one. So maybe we're going to get that similar, talking, that spooky vocals, the low, subtle growling, stuff that he did on the previous track. So I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. Before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, and to really help me out. And if you like Meshuggah as well, be sure to like this video as well. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some of my videos. We are just getting started on these heavy bangers, ladies and gentlemen. No time wasted. Let's get right into it. This is Meshuggah's oldest, probably most popular track out there, Bleed. There it is. ending. Oh, and the bass line too? Oh, let's get it. Definitely hear that classic industrial tone though. Man, it's still going. Oh my god. Oh, we're speeding it up. I can't even keep up. Woo! Oh man. So chaotic. I'm definitely hearing some of my other bands though in this track as well. I don't know what's going on, but riff it up! Get a little bit of lead action! Oh man, these guys love their rhythm. I love mine too, but I don't think I can go this fast. My arm's already hurting. Ooh. Cool down, get that low tone in. There it is! Ooh. Oh, break it down! Oh, get that creepy lead in there. Oh yeah! Let's get it, boys! I'm in. I'm in. See, I don't know why I haven't heard these guys before, man. It's kind of insane how I've never actually listened to these guys before after so many years, so many metal bands, man. Insane. And video's insane too as well, man. I have no idea what the hell's going on, but man. Got the Skinwalkers here, jamming out to some heavy metal as well. Oh, what a slapper. What a slapper that is. Very simple, though. It's very simple. It's kind of more simpler than what I was expecting. You know, I do know the main riff, like I said. But it's kind of playing out throughout the entire track. I wasn't expecting it to, you know, play throughout the entire track. I thought they were they changed it up a little bit here and there for the second verse, I think. They kind of, like, added a little bit of notes in there. But throughout the majority of the song, though, it's just that one single riff, you know. So it did kind of surprise me. So For 5 long minutes, that's a whole lot of, time just to do that one simple width, especially without screwing up, especially playing that live, man. Oh my god, your wrist is gonna be falling off at the end of that track, man. Especially from the way, from their other songs that are just as crazy, man. You're gonna need an arm brace. You're gonna need a bionic arm to be playing, that fast without screw for that amount of technicality, man. It's insane. It's insane. I was getting tired after the first 30 seconds after that. I'm not gonna lie, but either way, what a banger. What a banger, though. This one, I could definitely see why this one is one of the most popular one. It's very simple, like I said, but just that single riff, man. That single, fast tempo riff, that single triplet riff that, that's very iconic, very easy sounding. Not too heavy, though. It's very, classic, metal influence. It's not really, I don't know what tunings these guys use. I don't know what, especially for this one. I know they probably do heavier stuff now, but this one, wasn't really that heavy, at least tone-wise for me. But they did end up bringing it down low at the end, though, which I kind of liked. I wasn't expecting that, short a little, ending, play-out breakdown at the end with the tones. I like that. It's very reminiscent of what I'm used to. Just amplified, times 10, nowadays. But I liked it though. These guys are definitely the pioneers when it comes to this sort of genre, this sort of, style of play style. I don't know who influenced them. I don't know if they just kind of, wanted to play metal but wanted to do some like sound or some play style that no one has ever done them before. So I don't know if they take inspiration from another band that's been doing this too for like decades. I don't even know. But if they haven't, that's props to these guys, man, because they just invented a new genre, a new play style that just took the metal industry by storm. A lot of people are replicating it. A lot of bands are trying to copy it. A lot of people are making memes about it. You know how it is. Gent is that one kind of, metal meme that, all these bands try to, replicate and, make. I definitely see the resemblance. I definitely see some of, the inspiration from bands that I do listen to, similar to like, After the Burial, like I mentioned to in the previous video. I has heard a little bit of Ginger, sound in there as well. I know Ginger probably takes influence from these guys as well, but especially with like some of the, when they're changing up the beats in the second verse, kind of had like a Ginger beady kind of like jazzy, play style to them. Then on the vocal side of things, I heard a little bit of Lamb of God influence in there as well. So typically kind of like similar, vocal styles, vocal ranges, nothing too crazy on there. So maybe they, took inspiration. So maybe those guys took inspiration from Meshuggah as well. So, I can definitely see the resemblance. I like to hear, old tracks and, kind of piece together, some of my favorite bands and kind of hear, oh, wait, that sounds like them. Maybe they took inspiration from these guys. Then maybe that's why they sound so similar. So, I like that, man. I definitely like that. But After the Burial is always going to be probably one of my favorite Jet bands or that kind of style of play style. I just love those guys so much. They just do it on like a whole nother level. They just amplify it times 10. And I can just go on about those guys. Those guys are nuts. Hopefully they come out with some new music soon as well. But video side of things, I had no idea what the hell was going on. My man was up in chains. Skinwalker, maybe he captured him, eating his pigs out in his backyard. Man was trying to steal his livestock or something in the backyard. I had no idea what was going on, but then they came back together at the end, jamming out together with Mr. Clean. I don't know what was going on, but either way, they definitely have some good taste in music, let me just say that. But what a slapper though. I like this, man. Like I said, keep the recommendations coming. Keep the old school vibe coming. If there's other, similar tracks from other bands that I might not know of, be sure to let me know down in the comments as well. And definitely send me some more other recommendations from these guys, man, because I like it, man. I want to get more into, I want to broaden my horizons. I want to expand my discography of, metal bands and my whole history of metal bands and stuff like that. So let me know. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, man. Like I said, I like this style of genre. I like this style of music. I like this play style. I like the dropout tones. I like the fast-paced melodic riffs play style. It's right up my alley, man. So give me some more. With that one single, I can see why this song is so iconic. Just is that one single riff throughout the entire track. So iconic, so clean. So I have no idea how they did it. In other way, they had to have taken breaks or just, copied and paste the same riff, throughout the entire track. I don't know, but especially on a live show, man. If they do have a video on this live show, I would like to see this song played live, because I would definitely want to keep my eyes glued to the guitar player's fingers, because if that wrist seems fake, man, then I definitely know what's up. But like I said, man, simple is best, in my opinion. Like I always say, man, you don't have to overcomplicate things. Sometimes you just have to make a simple riff or a simple breakdown or a simple tone, man, and just have an amazing track that could span. And this song will probably span the history of metal throughout, how long metal is going to be, a genre. Who even knows at this point? But like I said, man, what a banger. More Meshuggah is coming your way. Don't you worry. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here, because we're going through every single band on the channel. You don't want to miss out on a single one. Guarantee that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.